So I'm getting a bit of like off the charts, like acceleration, progress, brilliance. You standing in your light, understanding that you are this creator, having a human experience. I feel like you've been through many incarnations. Okay, so you've had many lifetime experiences. Hathor, Egyptian, deities, gods, goddesses might be very strongly resonating for you at this time. I mean, I have Cleopatra here right in front of me on my altar, and then I have Anubis. You know, Thoth is a teacher of mine, so I feel a master teacher. So I feel like you very much could be encouraged to stand in your light and tap into these energies. I feel like this is like a very large crown activation, soul star activation. This is, again, playing out in this last chapter is, and here's the thing, like we are moving off of the 4th round, okay, which is a cycle, and we're moving into the 5th. And so that also represents the energy of the planet. So it affects all living things, all things that exist, okay, in some sort of materialism. Okay, so this could be a mineral, this could be a plant, this could be a squirrel, this could be a human. All of them are going to go through this process, okay? There is karmic release playing out on a collective level and a personal level. I feel like there is this, again, weighing of options, priorities, perspectives, and seeing things from a neutral perspective and not always having to be the one that is right in every situation. Sometimes it's okay to see different perspectives and maybe either see it for what it is and let it be, or choose to not agree and disagree. It's like a agree to disagree. And I'm also getting like, this is overcoming limitations too. Like sometimes there's a better way also. And you don't always have to be the hero in everyone's story. Sometimes you're the villain. And sometimes your purpose, being the villain, has some sort of like lesson, okay? So it's okay to be the villain in someone else's story. I feel like you've been the villain quite a bit with the devoted warrior, with Hanuman here. I feel like this is not new to you. I feel like you trust in your faith in God and divine source energy. You know that, you know, let God's love hold you in strength. Like you're very strong, you're very devoted, you're very committed to what you're here to do. Okay, I feel like this is because you have this amazing divine knowledge. You may connect with Melchizedek. This is for the purpose of higher learning. This is you committing to your vision through your study. So you very much could be working with teachers, masters, ascended masters, okay? Maybe archangels, maybe there is deities, gods, goddesses that you're being called to seek out. So, you know, this would be like maybe the ways of Hermeticism or Gnosticism. I feel like it's before the Bible is kind of where we're being guided, is that there's truth there. Okay? I feel like there was, especially when it comes to like some of this Egyptian time frame, and even before them, like Mesopotamia, I'm getting. I think that there's a lot to learn still. I feel like there's been a lot hidden. Okay, but it's almost like it's in plain sight, okay? But I feel like the programming, okay, and the concealment has affected this from being in our awareness, okay? So I feel like some of us are being encouraged to remove ourselves from that programming. And it's like there's new programming needed, like, you know, tapping into the divine knowledge, knowing that there's like a higher learning, higher experience here. Like like we're receiving all this disclosure, right? Like many of us have known that there are others besides human species, you know, in the universe. And I feel like more and more will be revealed. Okay. I feel like that's also happening in the full moon energy. What needs to be revealed will come to the light. I feel like it's about the important information. It's about the healing journey. It's about choosing things for the highest and greatest good. I feel like there is a lot of release happening so that we can anchor in that new experience, that new cycle, that new round. One more card for this deck. Okay, Rumi, mystical knowing, breaking boundaries and having the personal experience of God. So what this means is, to me anyway, and you can have your own perspective, that you don't seek outside of yourself. Your connection is with God directly. I feel like you do also connect with those maybe in spirit, in another form, in another existence, realm, dimension, whatever you want to call it. But I feel like you trust yourself. You trust your mystical knowing. I feel like you're doing it different because that's why you're here. I'm also getting that you don't need to seek outside of yourself for the guidance. This is you going within so that you can have access to what you're meant to have access to, which is divine knowledge. You may be a messenger of divine knowledge. And so sometimes the student has to go through experiences that initiate them, okay, that helps them heal, helps them clear out karmic energies, because this is part of the agreement to be here on earth and experience the earthly school. Again, divine knowledge. So you're anchoring in higher wisdom, higher knowledge here in earth school in whatever way you're being guided to. And I feel like, you receive the guidance directly from the divine. All right, so you very much could be a teacher, okay? That's what we started out with. The student becomes a master. So you have to go through these in your experiences, your life experiences, your soul's experiences, and then you bring this here and you're able to kind of share and do what your calling is. And it very much could be sharing your wisdom, sharing your knowledge, and having an earthly experience while doing so. Okay. Let's get some more. Yeah, earth pulsing, pulse of the mother. It's time to slow down, and you're being asked to kind of spend more time in nature, maybe grounding. Like there's an energy laying on the ground. I actually did this yesterday. You'll see some of my pictures of me grounding and playing in the grass and with nature and stuff. If you go to YouTube, I think I created a short, but I feel like, get down in the grass. If you can get down in the grass, get down in the ground, like connect, take the shoes off, barefoot, touch your butt, touch your back, touch your feet, touch your hands to Mother Earth. Okay. Cause your vibration is needed. Okay. This is about you slowing down, you taking time for yourself. Okay. Maybe even pray. Maybe meditate. There is so much potential. I feel like you are bringing this unconsciousness to light. So yeah, this is you connecting. Okay. And I feel like this is you having so much access to this consciousness. Okay. And I feel like you're bringing this with you. This is your energetic frequency. There's so much potential here to anchor this light. So it's kind of like you understanding that like these relationships, these contracts, they were classes in Earth School that you were meant to take. And it was so that you could learn how to prioritize oneself, okay? Tap into that Orion energy, as well as the polarity, understanding, things from a different perspective, okay? And coming away with the lesson, okay? Like being able to be observant and understand and see things from a polarity mindset helps you to close out lessons. It's for your soul's growth. And sometimes there's conflict. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. I'm getting like with the two planets here, it's like these are things that you bring to you or with you in an incarnation. And so it's like an agreement between two. It's an exchange, okay? And that's how we develop and grow, is through our relationships with one another. That is the earthly experience. Star bathing, you know, working on that light body as well as crystal grid. So you may be feeling very connected to doing some grid work, maybe with crystals. There is some transmission energy as well as activation. So maybe you're being called to go out in nature, connect to your consciousness, as well as bring healing to the situation when it comes to the karmic releasing with the overcoming here, any limitations. This is you letting go the need to be right in all situations, people, places, and things. I feel like, you know, you working on this grid is going to help with either receiving, okay, or like this is like transmission energy. So you very much could be receiving a transmission. I feel like with the crystal grid, this is receiving important information, and I feel like it has something to do with activation. So if you're feeling a strong call to get out in nature, ground, bring your crystals, maybe create a grid and just kind of meditate, I feel like this is for the purpose of maybe specific places that might resonate with you energetically. I feel like some of these are ley lines, some of these are power places, some of these are ancestral related. I feel like you're being guided. So they need you to trust where you're being led. You may need to, you know, transmit this energy. Okay, and so you might be traveling, or maybe you're being called to go to a certain place where you live. But I feel like they want you to listen to the guidance because it's for a purpose. It's for your activation. You may even connect with like other beings potentially if you have those abilities. Okay, so this very well could be like energy that you might be receiving the transmission from. And I feel like this might be your soul family, your star family. So if you connect with like you're an earth angel, a light worker, this is definitely a light worker. You could be a grid worker, you know, a crystalline. We have longing for home. I feel like this, yeah, I feel like you communicating with this energy is going to feel like home. It's going to be like, oh, I miss you. This is like you're going to summer camp and you're like, oh, I already am homesick. This is ridiculous. I feel like there's a bit of this. I feel like it's going to, yeah, it literally says on this card, homesick for the stars. Yeah. So I feel like this is going to help. It's like you're going to realize you're not alone. Like you've been working with this team energetically this whole time. It's just your human self and conditioning, you know, keeps us in this earth matrix, okay? And there's far more going on than what's happening in this earth matrix, okay? All right. Yeah, sharing your song, sharing your story. There's like this amazing connection to music and how it's healing, as well as like really diving deep. So I don't know about you, but I have a guide that I work with, and they sometimes like swim by like they are a whale. And so for me, this is like a spirit guide, right? It's either a guide, I think it's a guide. Yeah, it's a guide. And so like the eye of the whale is significant for me. So I feel like maybe you've been like very attracted to marine life. Maybe you wanted to get into the marine biology or understand it. Maybe you like to be by the ocean. I feel like this should resonate with some of you. Like maybe you love dolphins, you love sea lions, maybe you feel very connected to our oceans. This is, look, and then the card comes out that says you're not alone. Yeah, I feel like this is very significant. Okay, so you're definitely not alone. I was just talking about a spirit guide that kind of presents itself like a whale swinging by. And these are like very high vibrational beings, these mammals. You very much could be lacking like physical connection and community at this time. But you're not alone. And I feel like you communicate with other beings. Like you have a whole support team. I feel like there is this waiting period playing out. Things are still playing out. So again, like we're dealing with the karmic release and closure. So I feel like just let things play out. Okay, we have trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. It's not running out. Time is an illusion. Okay, so there's no rush. Like, you're right where you're meant to be. Understanding that you are a child of the cosmos. Okay, so an indigo, crystalline children. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. Starseed energy, light worker energy, earth angel energy, and whatever else you resonate with. I feel like this is confirmation for those who are understanding like what's truly playing out on a very grand scale and how it's affecting us in our physical reality. I feel like this is you zooming out, okay, so that you can zoom in. That's the title of my grounding video if you didn't catch it on YouTube. But I feel like there is a need to zoom out. There is a need to kind of like see things for what they are and don't care if you're right or wrong, because that is like a 3D concept. So I feel like this is you tapping into other types of information, because that's what's needed when you are moving towards that new cycle, that 5th round. Your life is a canvas. This is about manifestation. This is about creation and having creative accountability. So I feel like you're in the process of working with higher level beings and a collective, okay, as a student that's also a teacher, to share how to work with this process for the highest and greatest good. I feel like you're very much an energy that is needed, okay? I feel like you've got a vibe, and you know what you say counts. You have strong integrity and values and morals, and just you being you and holding that frequency of integrity and authenticity is what is going to create what's being woven next, okay? This is the new canvas, is authenticity, okay? Truth, clarity, insight, okay? Higher vibrational intentions, wanting things and choosing for the highest and greatest good of all. That is the canvas. That's what's being painted. That's what's being created. And that is what creative accountability means, is that what you believe, you create. And so I feel like this is about re-educating humanity about the truths, because they've been manipulated and hidden from us for far too long. And I feel like this is all coming to light, okay, for us to do different. This is to, you know, have a fresh start. This is a free will choice. You can either continue to experience the duality, right, the cause and effect of things, you know, with creation. This is gonna, you know, certainly gonna play out, and if you're creating from a lower vibration, then that's the experience you're gonna be you know, accountable for. So I feel like this is about doing things a bit different, making some adjustments through the process of healing, okay, as well as understanding like all the things that we go through in relationships with one another in whatever capacity. It is for our soul's growth and development. All right. So again, like this is about breaking boundaries and having a closer connection and spirit and experience to God. And so I feel like it's all divine knowledge playing out, being revealed. There is higher learning that's applying here. And this is you committing to your vision through study. So if you're feeling called to like learn more, then do so. Okay, follow the hunches. Okay, I feel like they will lead you to where you need to be always. Okay, so the next, you know, couple months, it's about, you know, kind of, yeah. And then I just saw trust the process. Yeah, trust the process, and most importantly, trust yourself during chaotic times. Okay, always trust yourself. Trust your instincts. Trust your wisdom. Trust your knowledge. Trust your intuition. Okay, and be open to receive the communication. Right? We don't want to be asking for information or pulling cards or watching readings and we're not listening to the messages. Okay, so let's make sure that we're paying attention to what's actually being said, and also checking in to make sure the message is for us. Okay, so ask your higher self, is this message for me or not? Okay, and wait for a response. Okay, All right, y'all. Go create some divine magic, will you? Have some fun, okay? Full moon energy. Make sure you're doing your releasing and, you know, focusing on what you're bringing into your reality for the highest and greatest good, okay? And harm to none, okay? Harm to none. And I wish you guys an amazing, amazing day. Talk to you soon.